Right, moving on to page 4, we have this page which is really just, it's kind of stupid, but it's just there to show you how you pass variable values about. It's not like the program itself is dumb, but it's just to show you how you would do it in TRACS. So first thing, like before, is you highlight all the variables. So we're going to highlight A, B, temp. Again, I apologize how ugly this all looks. And right, you don't need to worry about these variables at the moment because it's after 2, so don't worry about them. I mean, you can highlight them if you want, actually. It doesn't make that much of a difference. So on these columns, you put the first time you put each variable down once. So you get A, we got B, and we've got temp. And we don't care about the rest because they're just repeats, and that's what we're going to be tracking the changes of. The whole point of TRACS is to, I suppose, it's to track how the code is changing. So A is set to that, B is set to 4, temp is set to A. Now you don't write A underneath here. What you do is you look up the current value of A. The current value of A is 3. So, and then A is set to B, so it's the current value of B. So the current value of B is 4, and what you do is underneath this bit you just write 4. So this means when we look back on it, it was originally 3, then it became 4, and this isn't, it's not both, it overwrites it, right? So, and the last bit is B is set to temp, so B becomes the value of whatever temp is, so at the moment it's 3, and send B to display. So the only thing that goes to display is that, right? Next one is if statements, so a little bit different here. Again, we set the, or we highlight the variables. So we go, and then you see if it's a condition like this. So we've got an if statement and there's a greater than sign here, a larger than sign. So you highlight the whole condition and it will make sense why after. And then here and here. After that you do the flow of the program. Pretty sure I missed out on the last one. Yeah, I did. What a great start. Second page, already messed up. But you do the flow of the program and you do arrows. So this one, I mean, if you want to do the arrows in this one, they all just go down anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. But we do the arrows, and when you get to the if statement, there's 2 paths. Like the if statement could happen, like this condition could be met or it could not be met. So we're going to draw 2 arrows, one here and kind of like a weird boxy arrow here. And then it's going to go, oh yeah, and this one's going to join up. So if first is greater than second, it's going to run the if statement. It's going to run this indented bit of code. That's not indented by accident, it's meant to be. Just like how when you indent your code in an if statement, the pseudocode is indented as well. So this is going to be if the condition is met, or in other words, if the condition is true. So we're going to put a T there. And then this is going to be if it's not met, so if it's not larger, so you put F. And we're going to put the variables at the top. First. You know what, I'm just going to write second, that'll be easier. And then I'm going to keep it short. You might want to do the same. F is greater than S. So this is if first is greater than second. That's not a 5, that's an S. Right, first is set to 10. Second is set to 4. If first is greater than second, well, is 10 greater than second? Is 10 greater than 4? Yeah, it is. So what you put in this box is T for true, and then you follow the T path. Now this is a very simple, like when we get into the harder programs, these paths will be all over the place, where you see the real benefit of this. But you follow the T path, and we say set first to second. So first is set to the value of that, it's set to 4. If we didn't follow this, nothing would happen, but we did, so that's 4. And we join up at end if, and we say send first to display. So send first to display, so first is 4, because that's the last value. Same thing here. We just highlight, it's very similar. I'm trying to rush through this because I realise I'm taking quite a while. We got the arrows. This is true. This is false. And then we've got first, second, F is greater than S. Right, first is 4, second is 10. That's really the only difference, but you'll see a different outcome in the end. So if first is greater than second, so is 4 greater than 10? No, it's not. So you follow F, nothing happens, and then you just send first to display. You get 4, and that's it. Now, how would you do these programs in Python? So I'm going to do this one. Let's just keep that for now. So as before, first equals 10, because that's what set means. It means to set a variable to a number, or this number. Second equals 4, and then we write if first is greater than second. So the only difference is this isn't in capitals, you just write it in lowercase for Python. The then bit can be seen as a colon. Just think of the then as a colon. And then when you take a new line, it's going to automatically indent it for you. Obviously if you mess up, you can just press the tab button, and then we just write first equals second, and then after that, unindent it, print first. Can't spell print. Now this endif bit here, right, this is going to show up in Haggis pseudocode, it's going to show up in exams. Python doesn't have an endif. Do not write anything like that. That would just break your program. Some programming languages have the reason that's there is because they have brackets like this. We don't actually have that in Python, so it's there for other programming languages. But endif to us, just think of it as pressing the delete key, unindenting it, dedenting it. That's all endif is to us. Never write any piece of code for this, but you need to know what it means at the same time. And then we run this, and as expected, that'll give us 4. And that's it for this video.